got chicken, ducks, and roosters on the farm. I'm just speeding backwards, snoozing the alarm. Johnny ate the grass, he's moving on the bong. Gypsy blisters never sing for long. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong.
Oh, hey! Welcome back to Unstable Creatures Podcast with me, Selena. Today's guest is no one. We're soloing it up today, solo episode. We're going to see how this goes. We're going to see how we do. We're going to see what's going on. We're soloing it up. No guests, nobody. Jiu-Jitsu Autistic Jake isn't even here. So yeah, we're soloing it up today. We're going to get into some things. We're going to get into life. We're going to get into stand-up. We're going to get into what the hell's going on with everybody. We're going to get into work. We're going to get into the mental illness. We're going to get into some things. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. Going to be fun. I feel like I look sweaty. I'm like, I don't know anything about anything. I don't know if anything's set up correctly. So we're just going to hope this goes good. I have this little desk that I got from Goodwill here. I've got the Tampico Zero Sugar Mango Punch from the Dollar Tree. If you know about it, you know about it. Great beverage. Yeah, what the hell's going on with everybody? What's the vibe? What's haps? Today is May 9th. It is 2 years. Today marks 2 years since I've been doing stand-up comedy. Isn't that nuts? 2 years. Been at it. It's wild. It doesn't feel like it's been that long because I guess in the grand scheme of things, that's not long at all. 2 years is really not anything. But yeah, today, 2 years ago, I consistently did stand-up comedy and I have not stopped. This is a crazy thing is I want to clear something up. I did stand-up for the first time ever in my life. Like ever in my life. More than 2 years ago. It's probably been like 3 years ago. Was the first time I ever did stand-up. It was a dare. And I signed up for a local open mic. And I did it. And it was insanely crazy. And I was throwing up. I was shaking. I was so nervous. It was like just this crazy dare that I had. Like that my friend dared me to do stand-up. And like, I've always had people tell me like, you should do stand-up comedy. You should, you're hilarious, whatever. And I've talked about this a million times. It doesn't really matter. But, yeah, it was a crazy dare that I got. And my friend dared me to do stand-up. And I had like invited a bunch of people like an idiot. And it was like this whole thing. And I was like throwing up all day. I was puking. I was unwell. I was not in my right mind. And I did it and I loved the feeling and it was crazy and I actually got people to laugh. It was a terrible set. Worst I've ever had, I think. And yeah, it was crazy. I fell in love with the feeling and I fell in love with the idea of like, I could actually do something like this, which is crazy because I've never I've never had that feeling about something, I guess. And so that happened, and I did one other open mic after that, and did terrible. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think not for me, not gonna happen, not cool. And so I didn't do stand-up at all. For like a whole another year. I did 2 open mics, and I didn't do stand-up for a year, and it was because I didn't believe in myself, dude. Like, I didn't believe that I could do it. And like, I had been into stand-up for years at that point. All the podcasts I watch are like comedian podcasts, and I was watching Kill Tony for years, and like, it was always this like fever dream of like, wow, that's crazy. Like one day in a separate life. Like, I don't know if you've ever had a fantasy like that where like, I don't know, maybe one day I'll open a bakery. I don't know. I've never had a scone before in my life, but you just have this like fantasy dream of like that you could do something, but it sounds so beyond and so wild that you like never in a million years think that you'll actually do it. And that's what stand-up was for me, was like this unreachable, crazy, in a separate life bullshit. And it became really real. And then the year passed by, and I'm like tossing and turning with myself on and off. And I didn't have the best people in my life at the time. I wasn't dating people that were really supportive of my dreams. I wasn't talking about it with anyone. So like, you know, I didn't have friends at the time that were like super supportive of it. And I just wasn't really talking about it. The first time I ever did it, I had supportive friends and people that like pushed me to do it. And then my life took a big shift, and, you know, it was just this like silly, stupid thing that I tried once, but what if I did it for real? You know what I mean? And then like the year passes by, and I'm like, fuck it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I've been thinking about this for so long. I did it a couple times and I fell in love with it. Why am I not doing it anymore? And so I was like, I'm just gonna go do it. And there was a open mic that actually used to be like the knockoff Kill Tony, which is crazy that I did it and then like actually got on Kill Tony. But I went, and they like put everything on YouTube, right? Like the open mic is like live streamed basically, and they pull names out of a bucket. And I had heard about it a couple times, and it was like selling out, and people were going, and it was like packed. And so it was like another situation that I put myself in that was like high pressure, because like the first open mic that I ever did in my life, like I said 3 years ago, was like a packed open mic. Like people came, there was an audience. It wasn't like a shitty open mic that was like a couple people there. It was like an open mic that had audience members. It was actually at Pineapples in O'Galley. And then yeah, I did that. I signed up. I showed up there a year later, and this was May 9th, 2 years ago. I showed up, put my name in the bucket, and was like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, maybe I'll come back and try again, maybe not, you know, like just still tussling with this, like, I'm not funny, I'm not good enough. I hate the way that I look, because that matters for some reason. Like, it's just so stupid. And it was like getting towards the end of the show, like they're wrapping up, right? And like, I want to say the first time I went and signed up, my name didn't get pulled. And so then the second time I went, my name got pulled, or something like that. I have a terrible memory, but they pulled my name out of the bucket. And like, again, I don't have anything prepared. I have no jokes. I have no idea what I'm even going to talk about. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I even do that to myself, because it makes everything worse. Like, I don't know. And I did it, and it was the same feeling, and I got really good feedback, and I had the best time of my life. And yeah, that was 2 years ago, and I have not stopped. It's crazy. It's crazy how like I don't know, it's so insane how like the mental stability of a person is what affects what you do in your life. And it's not a crazy thing, because obviously like mental stability is everyone's dream, I think. At least mine. I don't know. I feel like I've never been mentally stable, but yeah, it's crazy how like you can just convince yourself that you're never like, this is just never something that you're gonna do. Like, you're a loser. You're dumb. You're fat. You're an idiot. You're not funny. You're a weirdo. You're cringy. You're corny. What are you wearing? Why do you look like that? Why are there side angle cameras? How about that? I'm making a petition to stop having side angle cameras. I promised that I would actually post more clips of myself if people stop taking side angles of me. I never said that I looked good. But yeah, it's an insane thing to think that like I finally came out of that, because I had always been so insecure and so like self-deprecating and saying such negative things about myself all the time in every aspect of my life. And I never did anything about it, because I thought like it was just never going to be worth it. I was never going to be anybody. I was never going to be anything. Like, everything that I do is stupid. And I finally stopped thinking that way. Not really. I still think that way. Yeah, I still think that way. But I think I stopped letting that control what I did or didn't do, if that makes sense. And it's insane to think that like 2 years now, I have a podcast. I was on a show that I had been watching for years at that point. That was like a thing that I'm like seeing on TV for so long. I'm watching on YouTube every Monday. This is insane. This is crazy. I mean, in a separate life, I would get on that. It would be an amazing thing. And it like actually happened. Like that's what's so crazy is that like, and I still don't believe it myself. That's the crazy thing about it is I still don't believe that any of this is going to go anywhere. And like I'm speaking at a festival, like I got asked to speak at a women's festival, a conference, if you will. I got asked to be in a magazine to like do an article about my podcast and like my life. What? That doesn't make any sense. Like, and it's, and in the grand scheme of things, is it like I'm getting a Netflix special? No. But like from where I'm at in my mental state and how I view my life and what I'm doing, it literally is. Like, it sounds crazy because like it's still the self-deprecating self-doubt that like, oh, people think that you're, you know, a poser, or I fooled people into thinking, and like, I guess that's imposter syndrome, whatever. I missed that game, Imposters. Isn't that what it was called? Imposter. You guys remember that? That game had me in an absolute chokehold. And you know the crazy thing about it is when I was the imposter, I never got caught. Should have known. Honestly, I should have told my therapist that. Maybe it would have made her understand me better. I literally would be the imposter, and I was so incredibly good at gaslighting people and not letting them know I was the imposter that I won every single time. When I wasn't the imposter, I always died. But anyways, yeah, so it's crazy to think. 2 years ago, I started this insane, who knows what's to come of this journey of stand-up, and now here I am, 2 years in, have about a solid 20 minutes, which I don't know if that's like a good thing or not. Probably not. I don't know. I feel like I'm like second guessing. Like if other comedians watch this, is this okay to say? You know what? I don't care. That I have a podcast, that I am getting on things. I'm asking to be on, like, you know, things are just looking up, and it's so hard to have this like clouding of like doom and gloom, and like things aren't gonna work out, and they're gonna find out that you're like not funny and you're not talented, and it's like you just live in like this mental state of like, you don't deserve any of this, but like I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't, and it makes no sense to me, and it's a monster in and of itself to navigate and go through, because this is just the beginning for what I want to accomplish, but also like, what if it's not? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Life is so weird. It's like just the other day I was like playing, like my biggest accomplishment was like getting a Webkinz or something. Or like, oh, I found a boyfriend on Club Penguin. That was like my like accomplishments. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And yeah, it's wild. But I am thankful for everything. Like I'm so incredibly grateful for everything that I have. Like every view, every comment, every person that shares anything, like I'm so incredibly grateful. And I really am starting this journey of like going full throttle, if that makes sense. Like I'm posting clips, I'm doing the whole thing, and I'm done letting like the clouded voice like determine what I do or not, you know? And like it's like a crazy dichotomy, because like I have a job too. Like I have a full-blown full-time job. I have a boyfriend, I have pets, I have a family, like, and with family comes like issues and trials and tribulations and all these things, and so does work. And you're like trying to juggle all of these things, and you're also trying to juggle like chasing your dreams, and you're in such a weird holding cell almost. Like, I'm chasing my dreams and I want to live this specific life and I want to do all these things and I want to accomplish so much, but I'm also wanting to accomplish things in my daily life. I want to be a good employee. I want to be a good girlfriend. I want to be a good daughter. I want to be a good dog owner. I want to be a good cook. I want to be like these things. And it's like, but I also want to be like famous. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's so insane. I also want to be like not mental. That would also be nice. Yeah, I talk about mental health a ton. I don't know about you guys. In this weird like state where you're juggling a ton. And it's crazy. It really is crazy. I was speaking of Webkinz earlier, honestly. I saw a post by Webkinz, like their actual Instagram, that they're bringing Webkinz back. 2025. Like, Webkinz is returning to the web. Like, they're going to have a website again. So I'm like sitting here speaking, and I'm talking to Jake about it, and I'm like, am I going to be able to get on my old Webkinz back? And he's like, yeah, I mean, they would be crazy to not. So I'm like, dude, that's going to like consume my life. If I can get Webkinz, if I can redeem all 12 of the Webkinz that I had, specifically my first 3, because that was like the most influential thing in my life at the time. I mean, that's going to change the world. I had tap in, comment what Webkinz you had. Sorry, I have eyelash glue on my eye. I like had to do my makeup right before this because, you know. But yeah, I had the first Webkinz I ever got, and I like had to beg my dad for it. And if you're from Mariana, tap in, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Do you remember Waco Drugstore? There was like this, it's like another like fever dream. I don't even know. It felt like I was in like a backrooms dream, but Waco Drugstore was like, it was like a small town's version of a Walgreens, because we didn't have Walgreens or CVS. So we had like a Waco Drugstore. It was like a mom and pop pharmacy. And they sold Webkinz. When they first dropped, they got Webkinz. Line out the damn door. And there was this white dog that had like colorful peace signs all over it. And I saw it and I knew that I had to have it. And I don't even know how much Webkinz were. They were like $12.99. And back in like 2008, that was like, it was something serious. That was something serious. And my parents like were pissed. But I begged my dad for it, and I got the Webkinz, and her name was Penelope, and I made the account, and it was, I mean, I was a mother. I was a full-time mom at 8 years old. Full-time mother. Which I think they're bringing that back these days. I don't know what's going on, but people are having children like crazy. And honestly, like, the way the government's going, I think that's what they want. I don't know. It's a little wild, but, and speaking of Mariana, Florida, something else I want to also reiterate and clarify, because I think there's also this, like, weird thing that I'm dealing with stand-up, where, like, you're performing, right? When you're a stand-up comedian, you're an actor. You perform and you like say things on stage that get people to laugh. It doesn't necessarily mean that you think those things or you believe those things all the time. And I'm dealing with this, like, I want to start being like, I'm authentic on stage. I really am. And I've gotten better about being myself. But I think there are times where I psych myself out and think that the real raw part of me that I want to joke about isn't funny, and that's, again, like, complete insecurities. I just want to come on the record and say I am not actually from Alabama. Which is crazy, I know, but it creates this reaction that I want from people. Because when I say that I'm from Alabama, I lived in Alabama. I moved from Alabama to Florida in 2020 as an adult. But really, technically, if we're being super technical, where I'm from is a very, very small town called Marianna, Florida. It is in the panhandle of Florida. It's maybe 15, 20 minutes from like the Alabama-Florida state line, right? So like we're in like a tri-county area. Small town. If you wanted to do anything, you went to Dothan, Alabama. If you wanted to go back to school shopping, if you wanted to really genuinely do anything, you went to Dothan, Alabama. So like it's very conjunct. I moved to Alabama after I graduated high school, and I went to college there, and I lived there for a couple years, and then I moved here. And my stand-up sets, I say that I'm from Alabama. I have jokes about me being from Alabama. I joke about those things because it is real. Like, what I experienced was real. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, like, and so, like, I don't know, I'm, like, dealing with this thing where, like, I want to start finding a way to not have to say that, but at the same time, like, do people really give a shit? Do, like, people think that, like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. If it's a really weird thing. But, like, yeah, I am from Marianna, Florida. I graduated from Marianna High School. Shout out MHS, class of 2017. That's painful to say. My fridge is open. I just noticed that my fridge is open. I should probably go close that. Sorry, couldn't let the chicken breast from Thrifty go bad. Meat's like extremely expensive right now. Yeah, meat prices are absolutely, they're crazy. Like, and this is the crazy thing is that if I wasn't dating the person that I am dating, like if I was like single or whatever, God forbid, I literally wouldn't eat meat. I like don't eat meat by like, if I had a choice, I'd just like make proteinless meals. And it's pretty obvious that I eat a lot of carbs. So like, I'm like, why is beef more expensive than like organic tampons? I don't understand. But yeah, it's a sick thing. We're crazy. We're killing it. We're loving life. I finished, if you watch the show You, or if you're like planning on watching, I'm sorry, this like eyelash glue is like absolutely killing me. If you're planning on watching the show You, or you still haven't finished the last season, the finale, the whole 9, there's going to be some spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts. Yeah. There's going to be some spoiler alerts coming up, so like skip past it or whatever. I watched the show You with Joel Goldberg. You know, the whole like baseball cap. That guy. Cool human being, honestly. Like, the actor, Penn. He's sick. He's a cool person. But, yeah, Joe Goldberg's kind of sick, actually, too, now that I think about it. But, yeah, I just watched the last season. I watched the season finale. I don't know. It's crazy, because it's like all these seasons, right? He's like fallen in love with all these women and like all this thing. He's killed everybody, like thought he killed some. They ended up being alive, come back for revenge, this and that, the whole 9. If you watch the show, you know. And then it's like one part of the season finale I was not expecting. That part was kind of crazy because he had been doing the same thing every episode. He had been having this pattern of behavior because you get to learn him as a character and who he is. And then in the last season, he does the same thing that he always does, the Joel Goldberg that we all know. And it's like, plot twist. Like, what do you mean she was catfishing Joe? What do you mean that was all fake? Like, and she did it to like put him in prison? And she like actually did it? And the season finale is like him in prison with the shaved head, looks the best he's looked throughout the entire show. And that's where you end it? You end it at like the hottest he could have been. Why couldn't he have a buzz cut the whole time? Are you kidding me? I also watch Black Mirror, and Black Mirror is one of those shows that I can't even express my love for Black Mirror. I can't even express what Black Mirror does to me mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And if you watch the last season, tap in the Thronglit thing. That literally, I can't stop thinking about it. I hear the like in my nightmares. I hear it in my nightmares. And Black Mirror is something that I think every human being on the planet should watch. Black Mirror is one of the best shows to ever like exist. And yeah, it's like Walking Dead, Black Mirror for me. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I started Severance. That pulled me in for a while. Started season 2. I got like 2 or 3 episodes into season 2, and I didn't want to keep paying for Apple TV is really what it was. I'd love to finish it, but I have so many other like subscriptions. I don't know if it's worth it. I hate whenever you're like the brokest you could be, and then your Netflix decides to, oh, it's time. No, it's not, dude. I know that I paid 5 days ago. Stop gaslighting me. Subscriptions are going to be the death of me. And then I keep seeing these ads where it's like, you have hidden subscriptions that you don't know about. Try Rocket Money. I know every single subscription I have because I have to count my money by the dollar. I know when I know everything that I have. If you have genuine subscriptions that you don't know are getting charged because you're just like so rich that you don't know that Netflix charges $17.99 now or $18.99, whatever the hell it is, and you just like slips away. My card gets declined. What do you mean? Like, that's insane. I'm a big gamer. Like, I play iPhone games. And it's not even like games that you would have respect for. It's like I play good pizza, great pizza, where like I own a pizzeria and I make pizzas. But I play iPhone games. And so it's like I'm playing this game called Travel Town, and like you're matching things, like it's like a big grid, and you like match things, right, to create more items, and then you match those, and when you get those to the same item, you match those and get a new item, and it's like so addicting. I don't even want to talk about how much money, like real money, I've spent on that game. I don't even want to speak about it. And I'm like, that's fine, but like a gym membership, don't bother. I digress. Block Blast still has me in the choke. I don't know if I'll ever get over Block Blast, to be honest. Block Blast is like a good game when like I'm out of like my energy and gems on all my other games. I'm out of lives. So then I just play Block Blast. That one got put on the back burner. That must not feel good. But Block Blast, you don't need to have anything. You just chill. Watch a couple ads here and there. It is what it is. Pope passed away. That's sad. That was so terrible. He was like, we love him. But I saw they got a new pope. I don't know anything about him, but I saw there's a new pope. That should be fun. He's like 97,000 years old. Honestly, if we had a pope, I think we should get I think we should get someone new and fresh and funky and fun. Like, what if we got like a little like a janitor or something? Or if we got somebody that like retired from IHOP. What if we got like just someone interesting, someone funky, someone different, someone cool, someone hip and fun? I think that would be good. I want to take cooking lessons too. Cooking Mama. If you played it, you know. I've always been destined to be a chef because of Cooking Mama. Yeah, I love Cooking Mama. It's so fun. But yeah, I want to take cooking lessons. I want to be really good at cooking. Like, I am good at cooking. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'll throw down on a little, like, shrimp Alfredo. I'll make some good tacos, burritos, enchiladas. I make phenomenal spaghetti. I make good stuff, like, but I want to be able to, like, make crazy stuff. Like, I want to make, yeah, like, I want to know how to make, like, croissants from scratch. Or I want to make, what's that meat that everyone's making? Is it filet mignon? When it's, like, the meat and there's, like, green stuff on the outside and it's, like, breaded around it. What is that called? Best steak in the world? Oh, beef Wellington. I want to know how to make, like, a good beef Wellington from scratch with, like, homemade, what was that? My ice maker. Homemade mashed potatoes from scratch. I want to make, like, I want to make something nuts. I want to be able to, like, make deviled eggs. Should we go over the wall? I think maybe we, like, I feel like I've talked about the wall so much. I want to make more art. But yeah, this is my art wall. I made a lot of these things. Some of it I, like, got from Shein. I got the female comic books, so those are, like, a new addition. Also, another thing that's really been bothering me, why does Walmart not have tap to pay? Why do we not have tap to pay? I don't understand. You have vacuum cleaners and, I mean, you used to sell AR-15s and fish. Why do we not have tap to pay? I'm not understanding. I don't get it. It makes no sense. I've gone to, like, a gas station in the middle of nowhere in Mississippi, and they have tap to pay, and they don't even speak English. There's a hot dog stand, waters, and you get gas. And it's in the middle of nowhere, and they have tap to pay. Why does Walmart not have tap to pay? There is a homeless man that sits on the corner of 95, and he has tap to pay for you to give him money. A homeless man. He has a square and you can tap your phone and give him money. And Walmart doesn't have tap to pay. What are we doing? I'm sick of this. They have Walmart Pay, which I signed up for because I didn't have a choice. But that doesn't mean I want it to be connected to only one card. What are we doing? And also, like, all these stores say, put in your phone number for rewards, put in your phone number for rewards. I have 50 cents in Walmart rewards, and I've been shopping here for 17 years of my life. And I have 50 cents? That makes absolutely no sense. Get Target Circle, get the rewards. You have 10 cents. It's been 6 years. That makes no sense. But we have a point system like McDonald's. McDonald's point system is the true point system. It's the only one that matters. It's the only one that counts. Every time you go, you get points. Every transaction, you're getting something back. What are we doing? Get any size fry for free with a $1 purchase? You literally can't compete with that. You can't. Don't even try. Yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. It really is. But it's like, it is. And then it's like, but at the same time, it's not even the government stuff that's crazy. It's not even that. It's like my personal life that's crazy. Like, the things going on in my life currently are what's crazy. I don't even have time to worry about, like, the other stuff. I really don't. I've been listening to Rotten Mango a lot lately. We absolutely love Miss Stephanie Sue, and there is much worse that goes on in this life. I'm extremely blessed, extremely breasted as well, but I'm extremely blessed, and I don't know. It's like I hate to, like, always feel like there's something going on, or like there's something wrong, or like this crazy panic and anxiety every single day of, like, something's not working out. I'm such an empath, and I, like, am so sensitive, and I feel every single thing, and I take everything so personally, and I'm, like, so sensitive about every single little thing that, like, I feel like there's always something wrong because things aren't exactly the way they should be, or this person talked to me weird, or, like, my boss is being so weird towards me, or my coworkers are being weird towards me, or my friends being weird towards me, or my mom didn't answer the phone, or like my dog's not sitting next to me because she's a butthole. And it's like, I don't know, you think about so many things, and it's like, at the end of the day, like, dude, I have a house, I have a car, I have a job, like, I have so much cool stuff going on, and it like circles back to the beginning of the conversation of like, is it ever going to be enough? Are you ever going to feel like you're doing enough? Are you ever going to feel fulfilled? Are you ever going to feel good enough? Is that something that genuinely exists, or is it just an idea in our mind that like feels right to chase because you're so insecure or you're not confident in yourself naturally? Because I meet so many people that aren't like me. I meet some people that are kind of like me in that way, or like can relate to it. And so like, what if there isn't? What if that doesn't exist? What if there is not a feeling of like, you know what, I feel good enough now. I feel good about everything that I'm doing. I feel confident. I feel secure. What should or shouldn't be correct, or if what we're doing is really ever going to be enough. If it doesn't exist, then why are we doing all of this? If it doesn't exist, why are we causing ourselves so much turmoil? Like, who cares? Just do it. And that's what I'm like trying to tell myself every day, and like reiterate to myself and be and think and really feel, is that it doesn't actually matter. Like, feeling good enough isn't like a thing that might even be real. Like, you may never feel good enough. You may never feel those things, but that's because those feelings like aren't real. They don't exist. They're not good for you. So why are we like trying so hard to get rid of thoughts that like shouldn't even be there in the first place? And maybe none of this even makes sense. Maybe I am just a lunatic, but yeah, I don't know. I wish that I wasn't so hard on myself all the time. I wish that I didn't feel like I needed to be so hard on myself all the time. I wish that whatever causes me to be hard on myself didn't ever happen, or like, I don't know. I just wish that I was as nice to myself as I am to other people, I guess. I wish I was as supportive of myself as I am of my friends or people that I care about or people that I think are cool. Or I wish that I thought that I was cool. I wish that I thought that everything that I do is sick. You know what I mean? Or like, not have to be so tough on yourself. And you don't have to be. We should be nicer to ourselves. We should be kinder to ourselves. We should be easier on ourselves and give ourselves more patience and understanding and love, joy, grace, mercy, all of the things. And it's something that I really want to work on. I want to work on not being so self-deprecating, and I am on stage because that is the real me, and I want people to understand that, and I want people to relate to that, because I know other people are this way. Everyone does it in some capacity, and it's the people that you think the least, that like the people that seem the least insecure and the least, you know, worried about what they have going on are the most. And I don't know. I feel like I'm here to tell myself and other people, you're sick, dude. You're killing it. Life is good, regardless of the issues that we have on a day-to-day basis, regardless of the flat tire, regardless of the job circumstances, regardless of, you know, environments, regardless of people's attitudes, regardless of people not giving you credit when you think you should get credit, regardless of the negative comment, regardless of any of those things that may be going wrong or not your way or doesn't feel right, like, I think life is pretty cool. I think it's sick. I think that getting to be like a human being right now in this year and this age and when so many things are possible and the world is so open to things and there's a million ways to like chase your dreams and be happy and make money and live your life. There's so many ways now, and it used to never be this way. And it's like, it's this way because of like my generation and other generations, but like the younger generations, it's possible because of us. Like, we've done this. Social media, it's gifts and curse, but like I'm able to like have this podcast, and like YouTube exists and people listen, and stand up is a thing, and like it's an actual thing that can be successful. And there's so much art, music, like so much is possible right now. Being optimistic, being super optimistic that like regardless of what you are going through, regardless of what you think other people think, because that's like the biggest problem. You think what other people think, and it's like just true because you're only talking to yourself in this thing that we have, and so you don't know any other way, so it's like just true. You have no idea if it's really how people think, but you just assume that it is because you've convinced yourself that it is. So what we think other people think, or what we think other people feel about us, or the opinion, and like, it really genuinely isn't, it doesn't mean anything. What means something is what you think about yourself, and like what you think about who you are. And that's what matters to me, at least. And I think that is what should matter. Like, there's always going to be somebody better than you. There's always going to be someone cooler than you. There's always going to be somebody more attractive than you. There's always going to be somebody funnier than you. There's always going to be someone more put together than you. Like, someone richer than you. Someone that's just doing better in life. But at the end of the day, like, it's not your life to live, and it's like, it's not your journey, dude. Like, it's really not. And social media is just a delusion and scam in itself. Like, it really, you see all these people's stuff, and you like think, you make all these assumptions, like, oh, these people are getting married, love their life, that's so cool. Oh, you just bought a boat? Sick. I only have $7.54 in my account. Oh, this person's, traveling the world. This person just got booked on this. This person's on Netflix as a joke. This person's on this. It doesn't matter. Because you're doing XYZ. You're alive. You're healthy. You are killing it alone. Like, it doesn't... It's so hard, like the curse of like comparison, and that's why like so many books and people talk about it, because it really ruins your life. Like, comparing yourself to people really ruins your life, because you are never going to feel like you're doing enough things ever. Like, you just aren't, because like that's who you are as a person. It doesn't mean that it's true. You're doing enough. We're doing enough. And regardless if you believe it or not, tell yourself that, and one day you will. And one day I will. I'll believe that about myself, because I really wish that I wasn't so hard on myself, but it is the truth. It is who I am. It makes me who I am, and I embrace it. I joke about it. I embrace it, because like, what else are you going to do? I can't get rid of it. I've tried for forever. It's not a thing. I've been in therapy. I've been medicated. I've hit lows and highs of my life. I have really supportive, amazing parents. I have all the things like on paper that someone would want, I guess, but like the mental part is what matters, and what you think about yourself is what matters. And I think this year's going to be good. I think we're going to kill it. I think things are looking up. I think things are going to go a good way. And if it doesn't, you try something else. That's it. And stop thinking about everything that can go wrong. Think about what's going to go right. think about what would happen if all of it worked out. Because to me, that's scarier. That's like so much scarier. Like, if everything fails, that's awful and like scary and horrible and traumatic. But if everything goes right, if everything works out, if everything like goes the way that I want it to, if I get my dream, that's terrifying. That's way more scary, like way more scary. So that's what we need to work on. What does Jelly Roll say? The reason why the rear view is in front of you because it's meant, or the windshield, what is it?
About a 39-year-old man winning New Artist of the Year. I don't know where you're at in your life or what you're going through, but I want to tell you to keep going, baby. I want to tell you success is on the other side of it. I want to tell you it's going to be okay. I want to tell you that the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason, because what's in front of you is so much more important.
Oh, that's what he says. The windshield is so much bigger than the rear view mirror because what's in front of you is so much more important than what's behind you. And we'll end on that. Thanks so much for watching today's episode of Unstable Creatures Podcast. We have a couple things going on. This episode will come out on Sunday. Speaking at the Women's Festival, Connect Her Fest at Nomad's Canteen. We'll see how that goes. I'm super excited to be able to be given this opportunity and meet so many people that are killing it in life and talented and wonderful women. Got a show at the Funny Bone, June 26th, with Ash Cash, Andresia Baker, Lisa Davis, Tay Tarara, Danielle Mathis. Killers. Straight killers. Super excited. I'm going to be roasting some golfers tomorrow, too. I got to be at a golf course at, like, 7:30 a.m. to roast people golfing. Should be sick. Got a lot of shows coming up. Got a lot of things in the making, in the works. But, yeah, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. I genuinely do. It's so insane to me that people even remotely care about what I have to say. I don't know. It's sick, though. Thanks so much. I really wouldn't do this if there wasn't. So, thank you so much for watching Unstable Creatures Podcast. Bye.
Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Glasses shattering, million fractions on my face. I can't seem to put them back together in one place. Fractured on my fingers, swollen tongue is out of taste. Cut down all my trees, I'm catching monsters by the lake. I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong.